John Lennon's parents, Alfred and Julia Lennon, inspired the musician's career before his death on December 8, 1980. The Beatles singer was born to Alfred and Julia on October 9, 1940. While he was their only child together, Julia went on to welcome 3 more children with 2 other men, and Alfred had 2 more sons with his second wife Pauline. Julia died at 44 years old on July 15, 1958, just months shy of John's 18th birthday. She was hit by a car while crossing the street, leaving John traumatized and inspiring him to dedicate the songs, "Julia" and "Mother" to her memory. John lost contact with his father for some time before the two reunited at the height of the Beatles' fame in the 1960s. In 1968, John told a journalist that he had practically forgotten his father, saying, "It was like he was dead." Per Bob Spitz's biography The Beatles, the biography. From their love story meeting as teenagers to their turbulent relationships with John, here's everything to know about John Lennon's parents. Julia and Alfred met when they were teenagers. John Lennon in 1977 in New York City, New York. Vinnie Zaffanti, Getty. The first time Alfred saw Julia was at a club in Liverpool, England, when she was 14 years old and he was 15. They later met again in a park where he had gone with a friend to meet girls, Spitz wrote in his biography on the Beatles. 11 years after they first met, on December 3, 1938, Julia and Alfred married in secret after she proposed to him. Her family did not approve of the marriage, according to Spitz, with her father even threatening to disown her if she ever lived with a lover. He asked Alfred to show proof that he could financially support his daughter, but Alfred signed up to be a merchant navy steward on a ship that would go to the Mediterranean Sea and came up short. After returning from his position 3 months later, Alfred attempted to find a job as an entertainer, but to no avail. Alfred was serving as a merchant seaman when John was born in January 1940. Julia found out she was pregnant. However, World War II had started by then and Alfred was called back to sea, though he sent money home regularly, per Spitz. John was born on October 9, 1940, while Alfred was still abroad. Around the time of his birth, Julia began dating John Dykins and soon the two moved in together, even though she was still legally married to Alfred. Julia's sister raised John Lennon circa 1973 in New York City, New York. Vinnie Zaffanti, Getty. Julia's older sister, Mary, Mimi, Smith, was there for Julia since John's birth but didn't always approve of her parenting choices. Ultimately, John came to live with Mimi and was raised in her home, though he frequently visited Julia and Dykins' house nearby. John's first wife, Cynthia Lennon, wrote in her biography of the Beatles star, John. In July 1946, Alfred came back to visit John and took him to Blackpool, England, on vacation. However, he secretly planned to emigrate with him to New Zealand.